How you guys doing? Dr. Nana here, and this is our NMTV talk show. On today's talk show, I just want to remind Nigerians that the election is in our hand. Like I said, we're running a program we name and design as Nigerian Decides 2023. Indeed, Nigeria Decides 2023. We are the one who to decide what we want to see in our country going forward. We have three major presidential aspirants, candidates, or however we want to define them. In the persons of Peter Obi, which is for Labour Party. We have Atiku Abubakar, standing for PDP. And we also have Tinubu, Asiwaju Tinubu, standing for APC. So on today's talk show with NMTV New York, Nigeria Decide 2023, it's important that we come out and vote our conscience. We have seen the precarious situation that our country has been brought to. Some people say it's been brought to Nigeria has been brought to the knee. I think it's even further. We're actually just sitting down and not able to crawl. All right, we're just struggling because it's a nation full of resilient people. Also, more than enough corruption. So I think enough already. We have people who can lead, and we know it. So from these three people that we have, we know who is capable of doing what we need Nigeria to become going forward. We cannot continue the usuals. From my own point of view, I, as a person, am supporting Peter Obi. I'm supporting Peter Obi. But my organization, NMTV New York, is actually requesting that anyone can come and make their case. We are going to play some of the videos here of the letter General Olusegun Obasanjo wrote supporting the person he felt that is all right to lead the country.
Let me introduce my partner to you on the program tonight. Here in our Abuja studio is a lawyer and is coming tonight.
Thank you very much, and thank you, viewers at home, for joining us.
Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
And from London, virtually, is a brother looking like a Londoner right there. He joins us virtually. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Good evening and happy.
And in our Lagos studio is the program. And let's begin. I know that the different political parties, one way or the other, that are represented tonight on the program are going to be in electoral value. You cannot take away the fact that that was a man that perhaps have governed this nation the most, either in khaki or in as a civilian. He's being a former military head of state man that took over from the military. Now, since then, we've had a smooth run of our democratic process in Nigeria. And so when the man comes back with booth on 25th of February 2000, incumbent party, and your party is seeking to retain power, how does this look so much like a blow to your party? This is not the first time you're getting a letter that is not comfortable with your party, but yet another one that is not endorsing your party, meaning that he has also criticized the running of this government, the running of this country by the government of the APC in that letter. How does this come to your party, Mr. Akinshiju?
Thank you very much, Sheung. First, I'm also a member of the Public and Media Affairs Director. Talking of a government, of an administration that has so much resources to play with. But because there was a lack of processes, a lack of policy conception, a lack of policy,
for many Nigerians, we have moved from frying pan to fire and from mountain top to the valley. Our leaders have done their best, but their best has turned out to be not the best for Nigeria and Nigerians at home and abroad. For most Nigerians, it was hell on earth. It's describing the government under your service administration administration and pray and work very hard for an immediate better future of liberation, restoration, and great hope and expectation. This is how former President Obasanjo has described your party, the government under the realms of affairs under your party.
Numbers of poor during Obasanjo's time. And that is despite the opportunities and resources available. And even now, talking about infrastructural delivery, I challenge anybody in PDP to tell us.
That is the crux of his letter. Obasanjo is in search of a third term by proxy. In other words, he is saying that Peter Obi is a puppet. And that's why I believe he should be voted for, because at any given time he goes wrong, I'm guaranteeing you people, the Nigerian people, I am going to control him this way or control him that. But let us go to the fact. It is all about me, my, and I. Me, my, and I. He rated his own administration from 1999 to 2007 as impeccable. But he could not find any element of praise to give to any administration. It has been reported. Obasanjo used 3 people to impeach a sitting governor in Jos and started dealing with him. Obasanjo picked some lawmakers in Bayelsa, brought them to a hotel in Abuja and impeached a sitting president. Obasanjo had media, international media houses speaking to him. They asked him questions he was not comfortable about. He was threatening to send them out of Nigeria. Wow. Obasanjo appeared before Stephen of Hardtalk BBC. The Panama paper indicted. Is it not the Peter Obi that governed in Anambra?
Why would your principal or your candidate even go to visit him?
That's
and
correct.
Describe him as his boss?
Because Obasanjo was indeed his boss by virtue of being the president when he was invited to Obasanjo, and in fact any other stakeholder in Nigeria is out of courtesy. Not because Atiku expected Obasanjo to bring some vote from Otafam or from somewhere in Ogun State for him. And thirdly,
yes, if and when necessary, he has a young and able running mate with a clean track record of achievement both in public and private life. That statement has now been criticized as such that
in hell will be reserved for those who keep silent in times of moral crisis.
I believe that.
Nigeria is going bad.
That's why
not because of the violence of the bad people, but because of the silence of the good ones. Obasanjo has refused to keep silent in times of moral crisis.
Exactly.
We are in a crisis in this country. Obasanjo wants to escape going to hell by being an accomplice to corrupt leaders.
Right.
Because any nation that votes corrupt politicians are no longer victims, but accomplices.
Right.
Now, Obasanjo has never kept silent in times of moral crisis. He went to jail because of it, and he came out. He became a president, like you rightly pointed out. 11 years, this man governed Nigeria cumulatively as a military president and as a civilian president. No Nigerian has had that privilege. And fortunately for him, and unfortunately for them, no Nigerian may be privileged to have it again.
President Buhari, if he ends his term, as soon as he ends his term, he'll be able to fall between the rank of the Nigerian people.
I agree with most of the things that he wrote there. We need to move past all this recycling of leadership. Our infrastructure, we have nothing to write home about. There's nothing in the economy. What are the hope for the future of Nigeria? So it baffles my imagination to see people still talking about moving Nigeria backward. Like I said in my previous program, I prefer to have my Nigeria of 30 years ago, where things were still better. So since I cannot have my Nigeria of 30 years ago, I do not want to live another 30 years seeing Nigeria disappear. Therefore, we need new visionary leaders. Okay? I'm also going to play some clips of videos of the eastern part of Nigeria and what they are speaking about Peter Obi not able to rule because of XYZ. And
at that time, and I still repeat it, unless Peter Obi, my brother, returns to Abuja, he will not achieve anything politically. He knows, because he took a vow that he will never leave Abuja. That any day he leaves Abuja, let his family die. Everybody in his family die. He said it now. But he still left Abuja. Why did he make such a vow? He left Abuja and joined PDP. He was vice president to Atiku. Now he's going for presidency. It will be a catastrophic exercise. It will not work. I'm the one telling you now.
And the reason is because of the vow.
What do you know what vow means? Shebi, you are married. Are you married?
My relationship status out of the media.
No, you should. You're asking me my own. You don't want to
asking your
answer my
relationship
own.
status.
Ask me, I'm married. I say my wedding ring. Are you married?
It doesn't really matter.
It matters now because if you are married, you must have taken a vow, and you must maintain the vow you took.
In the year 2000, like Chairman said, 2002, I said I will stay on, I will not leave. Get that? No brother, I will not leave. He will die without me.
It's terrifying. What is going on? So we need to move away from these traditions of people holding people to ransom to do things that they want them to do. Nigeria is for all of us. We need to move forward. So on today's episode, I'm asking the Nigerian youths and the Nigerian people to do the right thing. Vote for Peter Obi so that we can move forward as a country. I am a policy person. We have a lot of educated Nigerians abroad, but we are not able to participate with what is going on in Nigeria because of the corruption. How can the leaders in Nigeria continue to hold down Nigeria as a ransom? This is not making sense. We need to move forward as a nation. So on today's program, I'm sensitizing Nigerians to go and do the needful. Vote for Peter Obi. Let us move forward as a nation. Bola Tinubu has tried. Right now, I think he actually gave up his time for Buhari. Remember when the former President Bush here in the US asked the oil mogul Cheney to give him a vice president? He said, I chose myself. I think that's what Bola Tinubu would have done. People cannot be trusted. He gave the person he gave, and the person even came out and started contesting, So Bola Tinubu, I have so much respect for him, but this time is just not right for him. He needs to step down and surprise a lot of people. After the election come and gone and he did not win, and people think he should fight, he should say no and calm the situation down. So Bola Tinubu, we have a lot of respect for you. I have a lot of respect for you, but I want Nigeria to move forward because we love Nigeria, and I think you do. As for Atiku Abubakar, I don't see the love you have for Nigeria, why you should be giving any inch close to that Aso Rock. You took away electricity from Nigerians. You flaunt the place that you live in, Dubai. And that, to me, does not sound like a good leader who wants to come to power. So on today's show, I am advising Nigerians and encouraging them to vote for Peter Obi. Because at the beginning of this inception and everything, we talked about Peter Obi a lot. And later I started thinking about Bola Tinubu. But it's the right thing to do for the country. We need to move forward as a nation. Let us vote Peter Obi to help Nigeria move forward. I want to thank you all for watching today's program. Nigerian youth. There is no nation without youth. If you want to be relevant, please vote for Peter Obi so that we can together all come together and move Nigeria forward and make it safe again. Nigeria is not safe. A nation without the security, that nation is already gone. And Peter Obi has promised that is going to fight security. Fighting security and maintaining security start with having electricity. And that is what he has promised to put in place for Nigeria. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you back here again. Take care now.